Millionaire finds a woman crying in the park with a baby, but when he learns her story, Alexander Blackwood strode through Central Park, his designer suit a stark contrast to the casual attire of joggers and families enjoying the warm spring day. At 35, Alex was at the pinnacle of success, a self-made tech millionaire whose dating app had revolutionized modern romance. Ironically, his own love life was non-existent, sacrificed on the altar of ambition and 80-hour work weeks. As he walked, Alex's mind was on his upcoming board meeting, barely registering the beauty of the blooming cherry trees around him. His peaceful solitude was suddenly interrupted by the sound of muffled sobs coming from a nearby bench. Olivia Martinez sat hunched over, tears streaming down her face as she cradled her 3-month-old daughter, Sophia. At 28, Olivia's life was nothing like she had imagined it would be. A talented artist, she had put her dreams on hold when she unexpectedly became pregnant. The baby's father, unable to handle the responsibility, had walked out on them just weeks after Sophia was born. Now, Olivia found herself struggling to make ends meet, juggling part-time jobs while trying to care for her daughter. The weight of her situation had finally overwhelmed her on this beautiful spring day, leading to her breakdown in the park. As Alex approached the bench, he felt an unfamiliar tug at his heart. The sight of the young woman, clearly in distress, with a tiny baby in her arms, stirred something in him he thought long buried. Empathy. "Excuse me," he said softly. "Is everything all right? Can I help in any way?" Olivia looked up, startled by the presence of the well-dressed stranger. She quickly tried to compose herself, embarrassed by her public display of emotion. "I'm fine, thank you," she mumbled, avoiding eye contact. But as Sophia began to fuss, Olivia's facade crumbled. Fresh tears welled up in her eyes as she tried to soothe her daughter. In that moment, something shifted for Alex. The man who had built his fortune by reducing human connection to algorithms and swipes felt an overwhelming urge to make a real, human connection. "Please," he said gently, sitting down on the bench, careful to maintain a respectful distance. "Sometimes talking to a stranger can help. I'm Alex, and I promise I'm a good listener." Olivia hesitated, years of city living making her wary of overly friendly strangers. But there was something in Alex's eyes, a genuine kindness that seemed at odds with his polished exterior, that made her pause. As Olivia began to share her story, neither she nor Alex could have anticipated how this chance encounter would change both their lives forever. As Olivia hesitantly began to speak, Alex found himself captivated. Her story unfolded in bits and pieces, punctuated by attempts to soothe the fussing Sophia. Olivia spoke of her passion for art, her dreams of opening her own gallery, and how life had taken an unexpected turn with her pregnancy. "I don't regret having Sophia," Olivia said, looking down at her daughter with a mixture of love and exhaustion. "She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. But sometimes it feels like I'm drowning." Alex listened intently, struck by the raw honesty in Olivia's words. As she spoke about her struggles to find affordable childcare, her dwindling savings, and her fear of losing her small apartment, Alex felt a growing sense of unease. Here was a woman fighting with everything she had to provide for her child, while he had more money than he could spend in a lifetime. "What about your family?" Alex asked gently. "Are they able to help?" Olivia shook her head. "My parents passed away a few years ago. I don't have any siblings. It's just me and Sophia now." As if on cue, Sophia began to cry in earnest. Olivia rummaged through her diaper bag, a look of panic crossing her face. "Oh no," she muttered. "I could have sworn I packed an extra bottle." Without thinking, Alex stood up. "There's a cafe just around the corner. Let me go get you some milk and maybe something to eat? You look like you could use a meal." Olivia's pride warred with her desperation. "That's very kind, but I can't accept." "Please," Alex interrupted. "Consider it a gift from one human to another. No strings attached." After a moment's hesitation, Olivia nodded, her need to care for Sophia overriding her reluctance to accept help from a stranger. As Alex jogged towards the cafe, his mind was racing. For the first time in years, his thoughts weren't on stock prices or user acquisition rates. Instead, he found himself wondering how he could truly help Olivia and Sophia. Returning with a bag full of food and a bottle of warm milk, Alex was greeted by a grateful smile from Olivia. As she fed Sophia and nibbled on a sandwich, their conversation flowed more easily. Alex found himself sharing stories of his own struggles as a startup founder, the sleepless nights and constant doubt. "It sounds like you and I aren't so different," Olivia mused. "We're both just trying to build something meaningful." Her words struck Alex profoundly. Despite their vastly different circumstances, there was a shared humanity in their struggles and aspirations. As the afternoon wore on, Alex made an impulsive decision that would change the course of both their lives. "Olivia," he said, his heart racing, "I know this might sound crazy, but I have a proposition for you." Olivia tensed, her guard immediately going up. Alex, realizing how his words might be interpreted, quickly clarified. "No, not like that. I promise this is purely professional. My company has been looking to commission some original artwork for our new office space. After hearing about your talent, I'd like to offer you the job." Olivia's eyes widened in disbelief. "But you haven't even seen my work. How do you know I'm any good?" Alex smiled. "I trust my instincts, and right now they're telling me that you're exactly what we need. Of course, we'd need to see your portfolio, but I'm confident in what I'll find. This could be a chance for you to showcase your work and potentially open doors to more opportunities." Tears welled up in Olivia's eyes, but this time they were tears of hope. I don't know what to say. This seems too good to be true." "Say yes," Alex urged gently. "Take a chance on yourself, like you're asking me to take a chance on you." As Olivia nodded, a smile breaking through her tears, Alex felt a warmth in his chest he hadn't experienced in years. He had set out for a walk in the park and somehow found a purpose he didn't know he was missing. Neither Alex nor Olivia realized it in that moment, but this chance encounter, born out of kindness and human connection, was the beginning of a journey that would transform both their lives in ways they could never have imagined. In the weeks following their chance encounter in the park, Alex and Olivia's lives became increasingly intertwined. What had started as a professional arrangement quickly blossomed into a deep friendship, with Alex finding himself more and more drawn to Olivia and little Sophia. As Olivia worked on the commissioned pieces for Alex's company, she began to rediscover her passion for art. The financial stability provided by the project allowed her to focus on her craft without the constant worry of making ends meet. Alex, for his part, found himself spending more time at the office, eager to catch glimpses of Olivia at work. One evening, as Olivia was putting the finishing touches on a large abstract piece, Alex walked into the office space she had been using as a temporary studio. He stopped short, mesmerized by the sight before him. Olivia stood before the canvas, her hair pulled back in a messy bun, smudges of paint on her cheeks, with Sophia sleeping peacefully in a carrier on her back. In that moment, Alex had a revelation that shook him to his core. He wasn't just attracted to Olivia, he was falling in love with her. The realization both thrilled and terrified him. "It's beautiful," he said softly, referring both to the painting and the scene before him. Olivia turned, a bright smile lighting up her face. "Alex, I didn't hear you come in. What do you think?" She gestured to the canvas. As Alex approached to get a closer look, he felt his heart racing. The painting was a stunning representation of human connection, with intertwining lines and vibrant colors that seemed to pulse with life. But what struck him most was how it made him feel, seen, understood, and strangely vulnerable. "It's incredible," he breathed. "Olivia, you have an extraordinary gift." Olivia blushed at the compliment, her eyes shining with pride. "Thank you, Alex, for everything. You've given me a chance to believe in myself again." As their eyes met, there was a palpable shift in the air between them. Alex found himself wanting to close the distance, to take Olivia in his arms. But doubt held him back. What could he, a workaholic millionaire with a trail of failed relationships, offer to this amazing woman and her child? Olivia, sensing the change in Alex's demeanor, felt her own heart flutter. Over the past weeks, she had come to see a side of Alex that went beyond his wealthy exterior. His kindness, his genuine interest in her work and her life, and the way he doted on Sophia had slowly but surely won her over. But as she looked at Alex, standing there in his expensive suit, Olivia felt a pang of insecurity. What could someone like her offer to a man who could have anything and anyone he wanted? The moment stretched between them, filled with unspoken emotions and possibilities. Finally, Alex broke the silence. "Olivia, I need to tell you something." Just then, Sophia stirred in her carrier, letting out a small cry. The spell was broken as Olivia turned her attention to her daughter. "Sorry, Alex. Can we talk later? I should get Sophia home for her bedtime routine." Alex nodded, both relieved and disappointed at the interruption. "Of course. Take care, both of you." As Olivia gathered her things and left, Alex was left alone with his thoughts and the beautiful painting that seemed to reflect the tumultuous emotions in his heart. Both Alex and Olivia had made a profound discovery. Their feelings for each other ran much deeper than either had anticipated. But with this revelation came a new set of challenges and fears that they would need to navigate if their relationship was to move forward. In the days following his revelation, Alex found himself at a crossroads. His feelings for Olivia and Sophia had grown far beyond what he had ever expected. But the prospect of acting on those feelings filled him with anxiety. He had built his life around certainties, algorithms, data, predictable outcomes. Love, especially love involving a ready-made family, was anything but certain. After a sleepless night of soul-searching, Alex made a decision. He would take a leap of faith and open his heart to Olivia. The potential for happiness far outweighed the risk of heartbreak. With newfound determination, Alex set his plan in motion. He arranged for Olivia's artwork to be showcased at a prestigious gallery, inviting art critics and collectors to view her pieces. Then he asked Olivia to meet him at the gallery, under the pretense of discussing the placement of her paintings in his company's offices. When Olivia arrived with Sophia in tow, she was stunned to see her work displayed prominently in the upscale gallery. "Alex, what is this?" she gasped, taking in the scene before her. Alex took a deep breath, his heart pounding. "Olivia, your talent deserves to be seen by the world. But more than that, I wanted to do something special for you, because I've fallen in love with you." Olivia's eyes widened in surprise. For a moment she stood speechless, processing Alex's words. Then, to Alex's relief, a radiant smile spread across her face. "Oh, Alex," she said softly, "I've fallen in love with you too." As they shared their first kiss, with Sophia cooing happily between them, both Alex and Olivia felt as though they had finally found home. However, their moment of bliss was short-lived. The consequences of Alex's decision began to unfold rapidly. News of the Millionaire dating app creator falling for a struggling single mother spread like wildfire. Paparazzi began camping outside Olivia's modest apartment, and Alex's board of directors called an emergency meeting to discuss the potential impact on the company's image. Alex found himself defending his relationship to skeptical board members who worried about how it would affect their brand. "Our app is about connecting people and finding love," Alex argued passionately. "What better testament to that than my own story?" While some were won over by Alex's sincerity, others remained unconvinced. Rumors began to circulate that Olivia was a gold digger, only interested in Alex for his money. The public scrutiny put an enormous strain on their fledgling relationship. Olivia, unaccustomed to the spotlight, struggled with the sudden invasion of privacy. She worried about how the attention would affect Sophia and questioned whether she was cut out for life in the public eye. One evening, after a particularly stressful day of dodging photographers, Olivia broke down. "Alex, I don't know if I can do this," she sobbed. "Maybe we were fooling ourselves thinking this could work." Alex felt his world crumbling. He had finally opened his heart, only to face losing everything he had come to cherish. In that moment, he made another crucial decision. "Olivia, listen to me," he said, taking her hands in his. "I love you and Sophia more than anything. If being with me is causing you this much pain, then I'll walk away from it all. The company, the money, everything. We can start fresh somewhere else, just the three of us." Olivia was stunned by Alex's offer. "Alex, no, I can't ask you to give up everything you've worked for." "You're not asking, I'm offering," Alex replied firmly. "You and Sophia are what matter most to me now. The rest is just details." Moved by Alex's willingness to sacrifice everything for them, Olivia found her resolve strengthening. "No," she said, squeezing his hands. "We won't run away. We'll face this together. I love you, Alex, and I'm not going to let anyone else dictate our happiness." With their commitment to each other reaffirmed, Alex and Olivia began to tackle the challenges head-on. They hired a PR team to help manage their public image and worked to turn the narrative around. Alex used his platform to speak out about the challenges of single parenthood and the importance of giving love a chance, regardless of circumstances. Olivia, gaining confidence, began to use her newfound visibility to advocate for aspiring artists and single mothers. Her artwork, now in high demand thanks to the publicity, allowed her to set up a foundation supporting young parents pursuing their dreams. As the months passed, the public's fascination with their story gradually shifted from scandal to admiration. Alex and Olivia's relationship, forged in a chance encounter and strengthened through adversity, became a symbol of hope and authenticity in a world often consumed by superficial connections. The consequences of Alex's decision to follow his heart had been far-reaching and at times overwhelming. But as he watched Olivia laughing with Sophia in the garden of their new home, he knew without a doubt that he had made the right choice. In opening his heart, he had found a love and purpose far greater than any he could have imagined that day in the park. While Alex and Olivia's love story captured public attention, a secondary plot was unfolding that would have far-reaching implications for both their lives and countless others. Thomas Chen, Alex's longtime friend and co-founder of their dating app company, had been quietly observing the changes in Alex since his fateful encounter in the park. Inspired by the genuine connection Alex had found with Olivia, Thomas began to question the very foundation of their business model. "Alex," Thomas approached him one day after a board meeting, "I've been thinking. Our app has been successful in creating millions of matches, but how many of those have led to real, lasting relationships like yours and Olivia's?" This question sparked a series of late-night discussions between Alex and Thomas. They pored over user data, conducted surveys, and realized that while their app was great at creating initial connections, it often fell short in fostering deep, meaningful relationships. Inspired by Alex and Olivia's story, they decided to pivot their company's focus. Instead of just facilitating matches, they would develop features to support couples in building and maintaining strong relationships. They envisioned an app that would suggest personalized date ideas, provide relationship advice from experts, and even offer virtual couples therapy sessions. As they worked on this new direction, Olivia's insight proved invaluable. Her perspective as an artist and a single mother brought a depth to their discussions that had been missing before. She suggested incorporating features that would cater to single parents, making it easier for them to connect and support each other. The development of this new app became a passion project for both Alex and Thomas. They saw it as a way to make a real difference in people's lives, going beyond superficial swipes to foster genuine human connections. Meanwhile, Olivia's art career was flourishing. The publicity surrounding her relationship with Alex had brought her work to the attention of major galleries and collectors. But rather than bask in her success, Olivia felt a responsibility to use her platform to help other struggling artists. She approached Alex with an idea, a foundation that would provide grants and mentorship to young artists, particularly those facing personal challenges like single parenthood. Alex was immediately on board, seeing it as a perfect complement to their work with the app. As news of these initiatives spread, Alex and Olivia found themselves at the center of a growing movement. People were inspired by their story and their commitment to making a positive impact. The media narrative shifted from gossip about their relationship to coverage of their philanthropic efforts. Their work began to influence broader societal conversations about love, relationships, and the importance of community support. Other tech companies started to consider how they could incorporate more socially responsible features into their products. This secondary plotline not only added depth to Alex and Olivia's relationship, but also allowed them to channel their personal struggles and triumphs into meaningful change. It transformed their love story from a personal journey to a catalyst for social impact. As they juggled app development meetings, art shows, and foundation work, all while raising Sophia, Alex and Olivia found their bond deepening. They were no longer just romantic partners, but allies in a shared mission to spread love and support to others. One evening, as they watched Sophia playing in their living room, surrounded by Olivia's artwork and prototypes for the new app, Alex turned to Olivia with a smile. "You know," he said, "when I saw you crying in that park, I never could have imagined where it would lead us." Olivia leaned into him, her eyes shining. "It's amazing, isn't it, how one moment of kindness can change everything." As they held each other, both Alex and Olivia felt a profound sense of gratitude for the unexpected journey that had brought them together and given their lives such rich purpose. The secondary plot of their story had become just as important as their love story, weaving together to create a narrative of personal growth, social responsibility, and the transformative power of love. As the months turned into years, Alex and Olivia's relationship continued to evolve and deepen. The initial whirlwind of their romance had settled into a comfortable rhythm, but their love for each other only grew stronger with each passing day. One of the most significant developments in their relationship was Alex's role in Sophia's life. What had started as a slightly awkward interaction with a stranger's baby had blossomed into a deep, paternal bond. Alex found himself fully embracing the role of father figure, from late-night diaper changes to animated bedtime stories. Olivia watched with joy and a hint of amazement as Alex and Sophia's relationship flourished. There were moments that brought tears to her eyes, like when she overheard Sophia calling Alex daddy for the first time, or when she found them both fast asleep on the couch, a half-finished art project spread out before them. For Alex, becoming a part of Sophia's life opened up a whole new world of emotions he had never experienced before. The unconditional love he felt for this little girl both terrified and exhilarated him. It also deepened his admiration for Olivia, seeing firsthand the strength and dedication it took to be a single parent. Their shared commitment to raising Sophia brought Alex and Olivia closer together, but it also presented challenges. They had to navigate differences in parenting styles, make decisions about Sophia's education, and balance their busy careers with family time. These challenges led to some of their first serious arguments as a couple. One particularly heated discussion about whether or not to enroll Sophia in an expensive private preschool left them both frustrated and upset. "You don't understand what it's like to worry about money, Alex," Olivia had said, her voice tight with emotion. "Not everyone has the luxury of throwing money at every problem." Alex had been taken aback by her words, realizing that despite their closeness, there were still aspects of Olivia's experience he couldn't fully comprehend. This realization led to many long, honest conversations about their backgrounds, fears, and hopes for the future. Through these discussions, they learned to communicate more openly and effectively. They discovered that their different perspectives could be a strength rather than a source of conflict, allowing them to approach problems from multiple angles. As they worked through these challenges, their relationship grew stronger and more resilient. They learned to appreciate each other's strengths and support each other through weaknesses. Alex's drive and ambition complemented Olivia's creativity and empathy, creating a partnership that was greater than the sum of its parts. Their professional lives also became increasingly intertwined. Olivia's artistic sensibilities brought a new dimension to Alex's tech world, while Alex's business acumen helped Olivia navigate the complexities of the art market. They found joy in collaborating on projects that combined their skills, like designing intuitive, visually appealing interfaces for their relationship app. Despite their busy lives, they made a conscious effort to nurture their romantic connection. Date nights became a sacred ritual, whether it was a glamorous event in the city or a quiet evening at home after Sophia was asleep. They surprised each other with small gestures of love, Alex leaving encouraging notes in Olivia's art supplies, Olivia sketching portraits of Alex when he was lost in work. As their third anniversary approached, Alex found himself reflecting on how much his life had changed since that day in the park. He had gone from a workaholic bachelor to a devoted partner and father figure. His definition of success had shifted from purely financial metrics to the joy of building a loving family and making a positive impact on the world. One evening, as they walked through the park where they first met, Sophia running ahead of them, Alex stopped and turned to Olivia. "You know," he said, his voice thick with emotion, "I used to think I had everything figured out. But meeting you and Sophia showed me what I was missing. You two are the best thing that ever happened to me." Olivia's eyes welled up with happy tears. "Oh, Alex," she said, squeezing his hand. "You've given us so much. You didn't just change your life, you changed ours too. I can't imagine our world without you in it." As they shared a tender kiss, with Sophia calling for them to catch up, both Alex and Olivia felt a profound sense of gratitude for the journey they had taken together. Their relationship had grown from a chance encounter into a deep, abiding love that continued to surprise and delight them every day. They had faced challenges and overcome obstacles, but through it all, their love had only grown stronger. As they continued their walk, hand in hand, they looked forward to the future they would build together, a future filled with love, purpose, and endless possibilities. The day of the launch for Alex and Thomas's new relationship app, HeartSync, had finally arrived. It was a culmination of years of work inspired by Alex and Olivia's own love story. The anticipation was palpable as they prepared for the press conference that would introduce their innovative platform to the world. As Alex adjusted his tie in front of the mirror, Olivia approached him, Sophia balanced on her hip. "You ready for this?" she asked, a mix of excitement and nerves in her voice. Alex took a deep breath. "As ready as I'll ever be. This is bigger than just an app launch, you know? It feels like we're putting our whole journey out there for the world to see." Olivia nodded, understanding the weight of the moment. "Whatever happens, we're in this together," she reassured him, reaching out to squeeze his hand. The press conference began smoothly, with Thomas introducing the concept behind HeartSync. As he explained the app's features designed to nurture long-term relationships, Alex prepared to share the personal story that had inspired it all. Stepping up to the podium, Alex began to recount that fateful day in the park. He spoke of finding Olivia and Sophia, of the instant connection he felt, and how it had changed his perspective on love and relationships. As he talked, his eyes frequently found Olivia in the audience, drawing strength from her presence. Suddenly, in the middle of his speech, there was a commotion at the back of the room. A man burst in, his face contorted with anger. "It's all lies," he shouted. "She's nothing but a gold digger, and that baby isn't even hers." The room erupted in chaos. Security rushed to subdue the man while reporters clamored for answers. Alex stood frozen at the podium, his mind racing to make sense of the situation. In the confusion, Olivia managed to make her way to the stage. Sophia clutched tightly to her chest. "Alex," she said urgently, "that's Jason, Sophia's biological father, the one who abandoned us." The realization hit Alex like a thunderbolt. This was the man who had left Olivia alone and pregnant, the reason she had been crying in the park that day. Anger bubbled up inside him, but one look at Olivia's frightened face centered him. Making a split-second decision, Alex turned back to the microphone. "Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm. I'd like to address this situation directly." As the room quieted, Alex spoke from his heart. Love isn't always neat or easy. It's messy, it's complicated, and sometimes it comes from the most unexpected places. Our app, HeartSync, was born from a real-life love story. My love story with Olivia and Sophia. And like many real love stories, ours has had its share of challenges. He went on to acknowledge Jason's presence and the complexity of their situation. "But love isn't about where we come from," he continued. "It's about the choices we make every day. I chose to love Olivia and Sophia, and that choice has made my life immeasurably richer." As Alex spoke, Olivia felt a surge of love and pride. This was the man she had fallen in love with, compassionate, honest, and unafraid to stand up for what he believed in. The press conference ended on a powerful note, with Alex, Olivia, and Sophia presenting a united front. As they left the stage, surrounded by a whirlwind of questions and camera flashes, they held on to each other tightly. This unexpected confrontation had brought their past and present crashing together in a very public way. But as they faced it together, both Alex and Olivia knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, their love was strong enough to weather any storm. In the aftermath of the chaotic press conference, Alex, Olivia, and their team scrambled to manage the fallout. The unexpected appearance of Jason, Sophia's biological father, had thrown their carefully planned launch into disarray and brought personal matters into the public eye. Alex and Olivia retreated to a private room, Sophia asleep in Olivia's arms, exhausted from the commotion. They were joined by Thomas and their PR team, all wearing expressions of concern. "We need to get ahead of this story," Sarah, their head of PR, said urgently. "The press is having a field day with Jason's accusations. We need to decide how to respond." Alex ran a hand through his hair, his mind racing. He looked at Olivia, who seemed pale but determined. "What do you think?" he asked her softly. "This affects you and Sophia the most. Whatever we do, I'll support you." Olivia took a deep breath. I think we need to be honest. No more hiding, no more half-truths. Let's tell our story, all of it." Alex nodded, feeling a surge of pride and love for Olivia's courage. Turning to the team, he outlined their plan. They would hold a follow-up press conference the next day, addressing Jason's claims head-on and sharing the full story of their relationship. As the team dispersed to prepare, Alex and Olivia were left alone with Sophia. "Are you sure about this?" Alex asked gently. "Once we put everything out there, there's no taking it back." Olivia managed a small smile. "I'm sure. Our love has nothing to hide, and maybe by sharing our story, we can help others who are struggling with similar situations." The next day, Alex and Olivia stood together at the podium, facing a room full of eager reporters. Alex began by reiterating the mission of HeartSync: to foster genuine, lasting connections in a world often dominated by superficial interactions. Then, Olivia stepped forward to tell her story. She spoke candidly about her relationship with Jason, the fear and loneliness she experienced when he left, and the desperation that led to her breakdown in the park. Her voice shook slightly as she recounted that day, but grew stronger as she described meeting Alex and how their relationship had developed. "Yes, Alex is wealthy," Olivia acknowledged, addressing Jason's accusations directly. "But his money is the least important thing about him. He chose to love me and Sophia when we had nothing to offer but ourselves. That's the kind of love HeartSync is about, seeing the value in someone beyond surface-level attributes." Alex then took over, describing how meeting Olivia and Sophia had changed his perspective on love and success. He spoke about the challenges they had faced and overcome together, and how those experiences had shaped the development of HeartSync. As they concluded their statement, Alex made a surprising announcement. "We've decided to reach out to Jason," he said. "We believe that Sophia deserves to know her biological father, if he's willing to be a positive presence in her life. This won't be an easy process, but we're committed to handling it with maturity and always putting Sophia's well-being first." The room erupted with questions, but Alex and Olivia stood firm, answering with honesty and grace. Their united front and transparent approach seemed to resonate with many in the audience. In the days that followed, they worked tirelessly to implement their conflict resolution strategy. They arranged a mediated meeting with Jason where they listened to his perspective and shared their own. It was a tense and emotional encounter, but it laid the groundwork for potential reconciliation. Olivia and Jason had several private conversations, working through years of hurt and misunderstanding. While their romantic relationship was firmly in the past, they began to explore the possibility of Jason having a role in Sophia's life. For Alex, this was a challenging time. He had to confront his own insecurities and fears about Jason's presence in their lives. But seeing Olivia's strength and commitment to doing what was best for Sophia reinforced his love and admiration for her. As part of their resolution attempt, Alex and Olivia also decided to use their experience to enhance HeartSync. They added features designed to support blended families and co-parenting situations, recognizing that modern relationships often involve complex family dynamics. Their honest approach and commitment to personal growth in the face of public scrutiny earned them respect from many quarters. The HeartSync launch, which had initially seemed derailed by controversy, ended up generating even more interest due to the real-life drama that had unfolded. Weeks turned into months, and slowly, a new normal began to emerge. Jason started having supervised visits with Sophia, with Alex and Olivia's cautious approval. The process was fraught with emotional hurdles, but they remained committed to their resolution attempt, always keeping Sophia's best interests at heart. Throughout it all, Alex and Olivia's relationship was tested, but ultimately strengthened. They learned to communicate more openly, to trust each other more deeply, and to face challenges as a united team. As the dust began to settle, Alex and Olivia found themselves sitting in the park where they first met, watching Sophia play. "You know," Alex said, squeezing Olivia's hand, "when I imagined launching HeartSync, I never thought we'd be living out its principles so publicly." Olivia leaned her head on his shoulder. "Life has a funny way of testing us, but I wouldn't change a thing. Every challenge has just made us stronger." As they sat there, enjoying a moment of peace amidst the chaos of recent events, both Alex and Olivia felt a renewed appreciation for the journey they had undertaken together. Their attempt at conflict resolution, while difficult, had opened up new avenues for growth and understanding. The process of integrating Jason into Sophia's life was ongoing, filled with both progress and setbacks. There were tense moments and disagreements, but also glimpses of the positive impact it could have on Sophia's future. Alex, in particular, had to work through feelings of jealousy and insecurity, reminding himself that his role in Sophia's life was no less important for being chosen rather than biological. Olivia found herself in the challenging position of mediating between Alex and Jason, while also processing her own complex emotions about her past. She leaned heavily on the support of a therapist, a step that inspired Alex to do the same. Their commitment to personal growth and open communication became a cornerstone of their relationship, setting an example that they hoped to pass on to Sophia. As weeks turned into months, their efforts at resolution began to bear fruit. Jason, seeing the stable and loving environment Alex and Olivia provided for Sophia, started to respect their role as her primary caregivers. Alex, in turn, began to appreciate the additional perspective and support Jason could offer as Sophia grew. Their experience also had a profound impact on HeartSync. Alex and Thomas incorporated lessons learned from navigating complex family dynamics into the app, creating features to support users in similar situations. This real-world application of their technology set HeartSync apart in the crowded dating app market, earning praise for its nuanced approach to modern relationships. 1 year after the tumultuous press conference, Alex and Olivia found themselves preparing for another public appearance. This time, it was a HeartSync-sponsored forum on navigating complex family structures in the digital age. As they stood backstage, hand in hand, Olivia looked up at Alex with a smile. "Can you believe how far we've come?" she asked, her voice filled with wonder. Alex squeezed her hand, his eyes shining with love and pride. "It hasn't been easy," he admitted, "but I wouldn't change a thing. Every challenge has just shown me how strong we are together." As they stepped out onto the stage ready to share their story once more, both Alex and Olivia felt a sense of peace. They had faced their conflicts head-on, committed to finding resolution not just for themselves, but for Sophia and all those who might learn from their journey. Their story was far from over, and they knew there would be more challenges ahead. But they also knew that they had the tools, the support, and the love to face whatever came their way. In attempting to resolve their conflicts, they had not only strengthened their own relationship, but had also created a ripple effect of positive change extending far beyond their immediate family. The HeartSync forum marked a significant turning point for Alex and Olivia, both personally and professionally. Their candid sharing of their journey, from that fateful day in the park to navigating the complexities of co-parenting with Jason, resonated deeply with the audience. The response was overwhelming, with many attendees expressing how their story had given them hope and practical insights for their own relationship challenges. In the days following the forum, Alex and Olivia found themselves inundated with messages from people around the world. Stories poured in from couples facing similar situations, single parents looking for love, and individuals struggling to blend families. It became clear that their experience had tapped into a deep, unmet need in society. Inspired by this outpouring, Alex and Olivia made a decision that would set their lives on a new trajectory. They decided to expand HeartSync beyond just a dating and relationship app. They envisioned a comprehensive platform that would provide resources, support, and community for people navigating all aspects of modern relationships. "We have an opportunity here," Alex said to Olivia one evening as they discussed their plans. to create something that could really make a difference in people's lives. Olivia nodded, her eyes shining with excitement. It's like everything we've been through has been preparing us for this moment. Their new direction involved developing educational content, partnering with relationship experts and therapists, and creating safe spaces for users to share their experiences and support each other. They also decided to establish a foundation that would fund research into healthy relationship dynamics and provide support for families in need. This shift meant significant changes for both of them. Alex would need to step back from the day-to-day operations of his other business ventures to focus on HeartSync. Olivia, drawing on her artistic background, took charge of the creative direction of the platform, ensuring it was both beautiful and user-friendly. As they embarked on this new chapter, Alex and Olivia felt a renewed sense of purpose. Their personal story had become the catalyst for a movement that had the potential to positively impact countless lives. "You know," Alex said to Olivia as they worked late one night on the new HeartSync features, "when I saw you crying in that park, I never could have imagined where it would lead us." Olivia smiled, reaching out to squeeze his hand. "Life has a funny way of taking us where we need to go. I'm just glad we're on this journey together." As they turned back to their work, both Alex and Olivia felt a deep sense of gratitude for the path that had brought them to this point. They were no longer just two individuals who had found love in an unexpected place. They had become partners in a mission to spread that love and understanding to others, turning their personal turning point into a force for change in the world. As Alex and Olivia threw themselves into the expansion of HeartSync, they found themselves reflecting on the profound ways in which they had grown and changed since their first encounter in the park. Alex, once solely focused on profit margins and user acquisition, now found his greatest satisfaction in the stories of lives touched by HeartSync. He had evolved from a tech mogul to a compassionate leader, using his business acumen to drive social change. The man who once struggled with emotional vulnerability now openly shared his own experiences to help others. One evening, as he finished a mentoring session with a young entrepreneur, Alex caught his reflection in the office window. He hardly recognized the man looking back at him, not because of any physical changes, but because of the light in his eyes and the sense of purpose that radiated from him. "I never knew I could find so much fulfillment in helping others," he mused to Olivia later that night. "You and Sophia, you've completely transformed my understanding of success." Olivia, too, had undergone a remarkable transformation. The scared, desperate young mother crying on a park bench had blossomed into a confident woman and influential advocate. Her art, once a source of personal solace, had become a powerful medium for expressing the complexities of love and family. She had learned to balance her roles as a mother, partner, and creative professional, drawing strength from each aspect of her life. As she put the finishing touches on a series of illustrations for HeartSync's new family counseling feature, Olivia felt a surge of pride. "I never imagined my art could make a difference like this," she said to Alex. "You believed in me when I couldn't believe in myself, and look where it's led us." Even little Sophia, now a vivacious 5-year-old, had played a crucial role in their growth. Her innocent wisdom and unconditional love had taught both Alex and Olivia valuable lessons about patience, forgiveness, and the true meaning of family. Their relationship with Jason had also evolved in ways they never expected. The initial tension and resentment had gradually given way to a respectful co-parenting arrangement. This journey had taught them all about the power of empathy and the importance of putting a child's needs first. One lazy Sunday afternoon, as they watched Sophia play in the backyard with Jason during one of his visits, Alex turned to Olivia. "You know, if someone had told me 2 years ago that we'd be here, like this, I would have thought they were crazy." Olivia nodded, leaning into him. "It's been a wild ride, hasn't it? But I wouldn't change a thing. Every challenge has just made us stronger." As they sat there, reflecting on their journey, both Alex and Olivia felt a deep sense of gratitude. They had grown not just as individuals, but as a couple and as parents. Their love, tested by public scrutiny and personal challenges, had deepened into a partnership built on trust, respect, and shared purpose. They had learned to navigate the complexities of modern relationships, not just in their personal lives, but in a way that could help others. Through HeartSync, they were able to share the lessons they had learned, turning their personal growth into a force for positive change in the world. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over their backyard, Alex and Olivia exchanged a look of quiet understanding. They had come so far from that chance encounter in the park, growing in ways they never could have anticipated. And yet, they both knew that this was just the beginning. With each new challenge, each new triumph, they continued to grow together. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold, Alex and Olivia stood hand in hand in the very spot where they first met. The park, once a place of desperation and chance encounters, had become a symbol of their journey, a testament to the transformative power of love, compassion, and perseverance. Sophia, now a vibrant 5-year-old, ran circles around them, her laughter echoing through the air. Jason stood a little way off, a small smile on his face as he watched his daughter play. The scene was a perfect encapsulation of their story. Complex, unconventional, but filled with love. "It's amazing, isn't it?" Olivia mused, squeezing Alex's hand. "How one moment can change everything." Alex nodded, his eyes filled with emotion. That day in the park, it wasn't just about falling in love. It was about learning to see the world differently, to understand what really matters in life. Their journey had reinforced powerful themes that now guided their lives and their work with HeartSync. They had learned that love could flourish in the most unexpected circumstances, that family was defined by choice as much as by blood, and that every challenge was an opportunity for growth. Most importantly, they had discovered the profound impact that compassion and understanding could have, not just on individual lives, but on society as a whole. Through HeartSync, they were spreading these lessons, creating ripples of positive change that extended far beyond their own story. As they stood there, surrounded by the life they had built together, Alex and Olivia felt a deep sense of gratitude and purpose. Their love story, born from a moment of kindness in a park, had become so much more than they could have ever imagined. It had become a beacon of hope, a source of inspiration, and a catalyst for change in a world hungry for genuine connection. In that moment, as the first stars began to twinkle in the darkening sky, they knew that their journey was far from over. But whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, with love, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to making the world a little bit better, one relationship at a time.